feel like in college your work is just piling up and up and up and up and up, and you just can't seem to focus? Well, in this situation, do you usually grab a cup of coffee from your local coffee shop, or do you go for a short nap to help refresh yourself? Well, why not both? I'm going to tell you about a study that I did that showed that coffee plus a nap can actually work simultaneously to help keep you more alert and help you get more work done. Here we go. First, I'm going to give you a little background on why we get sleepy in the first place. There was a scientist named Alexander Borbelly that sought to answer this. He said that there's a two-process model. One of these processes is called process C. Process C is your circadian rhythm. Throughout the day, when it's light, you feel more alert, and then in the darkness, you start to feel more tired. What I'm more interested in is process S. Process S is the idea that you have sleepiness that's building up throughout the day, causing you to have more sleep pressure. This was a commonly thought idea, but people didn't really understand why this was happening. Then, some scientists sought to answer this by allowing either goats to be sleep deprived or allowing them to have normal sleep. Then, they took some of this cerebrospinal fluid from these goats and injected it into rats and cats. Whenever they put this sleepy CSF from the sleep-deprived goats into the rats and cats, they ended up being more sleepy. This proved that there is a biological basis to this sleepiness factor. Since then, a lot of chemicals have been implicated in this sleepiness factor. One of the most popular ones is called adenosine. Adenosine is a nucleoside that builds up in your brain. Whenever it is a neurotransmitter that can get on in through these synapses, and it ends up making you more tired. There are two things that can help clear this adenosine. One of the things that can clear this adenosine is sleep. During slow wave sleep especially, which is your deepest sleep of the night, adenosine ends up getting cleared from the synapses, helping you feel more refreshed when you wake up. Something else, though, that can cause adenosine to have less of an effect is caffeine. Whenever you drink caffeine, caffeine has a very similar structure to adenosine. So adenosine is actually able to bond, caffeine is able to bond where adenosine was supposed to bond, causing you to feel less of that sleep pressure that adenosine usually causes. This is why caffeine helps keep you more alert. That is why in this study I combined both caffeine and sleep in order to see how both of these can work together to keep you more alert. I got inspiration from my study by two researchers named Takahashi and Arito. In 2000, they did a study where they brought in sleep-deprived participants, and they either had them take a 15-minute nap in the afternoon, or they didn't have them take a 15-minute nap in the afternoon. Then they had them complete a digit span task. A digit span task is a test of short-term memory. Short-term memory is memory that lasts for less than 30 seconds. In the digit span task, you have a series of numbers flash in front of you, and then you immediately relay what those numbers were. For example, if there were 3 digits to begin with, it could flash 8, 3, and 1. Then the participant immediately types 8, 3, and 1. The number of digits continually increases, so it goes from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 until the participant messes up. In this study, they ended up finding that there was not a statistically significant relationship between this having the nap and doing better on the digit span task, but I really found inspiration from this study, and I wanted to see if maybe if you added the effect of caffeine plus a nap versus just a nap, if there would be a difference in the digit span task. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about my study, particularly that I took inspiration from that 2000 study that I talked about. In the study that I performed, I had 6 participants. I did a within subjects design and I did it counterbalanced. So the two conditions were either drinking 8 ounces of coffee and taking a 20-minute nap and then completing the digit span task, or only taking a 20-minute nap and then completing the digit span task. In the digit span task, I would have participants complete it until they messed up 5 times, and then I took the average of the highest number that they were able to get to each time. So if they got to 5 and then messed up on 6, I said that they got a digit span of 5, and then they would repeat this 4 more times, and I took the average of that number. As you can see, the average of my participants in the with coffee had an average of 5.56, while the average without coffee was 5.36. While I can't tell if this is statistically significant, I would love to see this study replicated in a larger amount of people so that you could do a statistical test and see if my results do hold up. I really thought this was interesting, especially one of my participants in particular went from a digit span of 3.8 without coffee to a digit span on average of 5 with coffee. Now, I think that's a huge difference, and I think that's a big reason why maybe you should combine coffee and a nap together. In addition, something else that I want to note is that this effect is time sensitive. It would not be wise necessarily to drink 8 ounces of coffee and then try to go to bed immediately after. This is because caffeine can actually be a disruptor of your sleep. However, it does take a little bit for caffeine to have an effect, and this is why drinking caffeine and then taking a 20-minute nap does seem to work according to my results. So next time that you're stressed and you just have a lot of work to do, maybe instead of reaching for that coffee or taking a nap, why not combine them? If you end up doing this, it could help keep you more alert, and it could also help your short-term memory. Thank you for watching my video, and remember that sleep is good. Bye!